Controversy exploded after a clip surfaced showing WNBA star Brittney Griner possibly mouthing questionable words following a foul involving rising star Caitlinclark. While the footage isn't crystal clear, many viewers believe Griner may have said something like "white girl" or "whack call." What stands out even more than what might have been said is Griner's silence. When someone is accused of using racially charged language in today's media environment, the standard response is immediate denial. But not in this case. Instead of clearing things up, Griner has said nothing. That silence has become the real headline. Megyn Kelly seized on this silence and delivered a brutal but simple analysis. If you didn't say anything wrong, why not say so? That one question hit harder than any accusation. Kelly didn't shout or speculate wildly. She just asked what everyone else was afraid to: why hasn't Griner addressed it? If this were a case of misunderstanding, the logical response would be to step forward and set the record straight. Athletes, celebrities, and public figures typically rush to defend themselves when something as serious as racism is involved. Social media is flooded with statements, videos, and press interviews. But hear nothing. That's not how innocence looks in the public eye. The timing couldn't be worse for the WNBA. The league is finally gaining traction thanks to players like Caitlinclark, whose presence has drawn mainstream attention and a new wave of fans. But instead of celebrating growth, the league is now battling headlines that threaten to undermine that progress. If one of its veteran players is seen making racially insensitive comments, the fallout goes beyond one game or one player. It reflects poorly on the league's image and its locker room culture. Kelly's background in law and journalism gives her a unique perspective. She pointed out that when someone remains silent in the face of serious allegations, especially when they have every resource to respond, it often says more than words could. Griner's silence is being interpreted not as careful consideration but as avoidance. And when silence replaces a denial, it makes people assume the worst. What adds more weight is Griner's history. This is someone who's been critical of American values and kneeled during the national anthem. She was also the focus of an international rescue effort when the U.S. exchanged a convicted arms dealer to bring her home from Russia. All of that comes into play here. When an individual shows public dissatisfaction with the country that made such sacrifices on their behalf, and then appears to insult a fellow American athlete, people pay attention. The narrative becomes more than just sports. It becomes personal and political. Kelly didn't have to prove what Griner said. She simply asked why someone with so much at stake wouldn't offer clarification. That's a question no one else seems willing to press. Fans, sponsors, and the media are watching closely. The WNBA needs positive stories. This isn't one of them. And when the league's new face, Caitlinclark, becomes the target of possible racial remarks, it damages the goodwill she's generated. Kelly knows how media works. She understands that once a story like this starts, silence only fuels speculation. If Griner had spoken up immediately, maybe this wouldn't have grown. But days have passed and people are still asking the same thing. Why won't she deny it? In today's world, where every phone can record a moment and every moment can go viral, silence can be the loudest response of all. Megyn Kelly didn't need to accuse Griner. She just asked what millions of viewers were already thinking, and Griner's silence did the rest.